The major new warning for the 5 billion people who have cell phones and the possible link between how often you use your cell and brain cancer. Our Dr. Richard Besser is here with more on this, and this is a bit of a reversal.
It is, Robin. You know, Robin, this morning people are hearing that the World Health Organization, that's the medical arm of the United Nations, is sounding the alarm about cell phones. In a major change, the WHO now says they could be as risky for cancer as things like chloroform, exhaust from gas engines, and DDT. But what does this really mean? Possibly carcinogenic. That's what 31 scientists from the WHO are now saying about your cell phone. The new classification sounds frightening.
If I were a consumer, I would take this extremely seriously. We may be just seeing the beginning of this risk factor.
But no one knows the real risk just yet. Let me explain why. Here is how radiation exposure works. There are different kinds. One kind is what you get from airport scanners, X-rays, or even frequent flying. Over time, this type of radiation is known to increase your risk for cancer. But that is not the kind of radiation you get from a cell phone. Cell phones emit radiation similar to your microwave oven, a kind substantially less powerful than X-rays. And so far, there has been no known direct link to cancer. And although the new classification includes scary chemicals, it also includes common things, talcum powder, drinking coffee, or even working as a firefighter. The evidence to show any of these are linked to cancer is weak. The researchers are the first to say that today's update on cell phone danger is based on limited evidence. Cell phones just haven't been around long enough to know about long-term problems. And studies aren't back on what cell phones could do to kids. This cell phone industry says not to worry. But
a lot more research needs to be done, but science is very slow on these matters. It took decades to move from cigarettes may cause harm to cigarettes actually cause harm.
That is definitely something to keep in mind. Rich, billions of us use cell phones. What precautions can we take to reduce the risk?
Well, I think with this it makes sense to take precautions, and there are very simple things you can do. You can put an earpiece in. You can use a speakerphone. You can text more often instead of picking it up to call, and you can just think about, do I really need to use it now? Cut down on your use overall.
As a pediatrician, are you more concerned about children?
Well, I mean, I'm a pediatrician, but I'm also a parent of 2 young cell phone users, and I do get concerned about this. Children are different. Their skulls are thinner. Their brains are still developing. And this is the first generation to be using cell phones every day from a very young age. And so I think it makes sense to think, does my young child really need this? The long-term studies are just being done. Do they need it when they're 5, when they're 10? Can you wait and not use it so much?
So give us a bottom line here. We should be concerned.
Bottom line is, I think it makes sense to take precautions. Don't get overworked up that this will cause cancer, but do those simple things. Cut down on your use.
Those are good precautions. All right, Rich, thanks so much. And we want to hear from you. Will you cut down on your cell phone use? Vote now using the GMA app on your Android phones or iPhone, or go to our website at abcnews.com, and we'll share the results with you later.